My name is Batt. I'm the manager of the Frankston Arts Centre. We've been open since 1995 and I've been fortunate enough to be here since that time. Frankston's it's a terrific community, has lots of challenges and lots of opportunities, and most importantly a very passionate community. The centre is committed to ensuring that everyone has access to the facility, and that goes from the board right through to all our staff, and following on to our maintenance people and how the building is presented physically and visually. We have a range of partnerships with people with disabilities. Every year we present an annual Christmas exhibition in our glass studio. We estimate around about 3,000 people access the centre through our Access program, and that could be via a ticket subsidy scheme, by our workshop programs with people with disabilities. It could be an artist presenting their work, an artist performing on stage with a disability. Recently we presented on our glass studio Motion Disabled, which is an international artist who explored physical disabilities on the human body. Annually we present Unspeakable, which is in conjunction with the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and it's primarily targeting our community which is deaf. And we either caption or Auslan sign the performance, and some of our comedians themselves are deaf and they speak to the community. It's great to see our deaf community come with their extended family and they can enjoy an experience together. We also employ people with disabilities. One of our staff members has depression. We treat that depression like a broken leg. It's spoken about, it's accepted. He certainly feels very secure in this environment. He has seen the productivity of his work increase incredibly once his depression was destigmatised. Last year we employed a trainee, and she had cerebral palsy. She was legally blind and she had a guide dog. And she completed a 12-month traineeship with us and completed a Cert 3 in Business Administration. And I'm really pleased to say that she's now working in a permanent part-time for another organisation, and so we feel that we've contributed to her pathway. We're about to take on another trainee, and she has a mental illness. She's done a lot of voluntary work with us, and we're hoping that she's going to complete her Cert 3 in Community Development. And whilst we won't want her to leave at the end of the 12 months, we encourage these trainees to move out and work into the wider workforce. We also work with Mental Illness Fellowship, and we have a number of people that can work in a part-time capacity to improve their return to work. Some of these people have actually already got professions, and they've lost their confidence in their work, and we believe that our staff provides a fantastic work environment to allow them to have the pathway to go back into a working life. We've made a few mistakes. We've certainly learnt from our journey. One was we were talking about captioning a family production which primarily targeted 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, and then someone suddenly realised or told us that 4 and 5-year-olds probably won't be able to read a captioning board. So we suddenly realised that we had to Auslan sign the production and not do the captioning. And it's things like that that you have to always consult wider than what you think you have the expertise around you. And another was when we employed a trainee, the person had been with us for 6 months as a volunteer, and so we just assumed the transmission from being a volunteer to working in a part-time capacity in a paid situation would be quite easy. In fact, we were very wrong, and we now realise that a volunteer is very different from someone in paid employment, and whilst they may be familiar with the centre, performance-wise or working-wise, we do need to make sure that we ease their moving into the organisation with an induction program. We strongly support VCAL work experience students. In fact, we have one terrific student here at the moment who's would probably been considered to be the school geek. He's now well and truly entrenched as one of our volunteers. He works backstage with all the techs, great mentoring. We recently had a VCAL deaf student who was interested in lighting. Same situation, he came along and mentored by a great bunch of technicians. Again, his capacity at school's increased, and whilst he could lip read, he certainly felt far more secure in this environment, working with a bunch of like-minded people who are interested in theatre and performance. I think what's really unique about the Frankston Arts Centre is our Arts Access program. Our board, our staff, and now our facilities, we're committed to ensuring that we provide access for all. Long term, I'd like to think that we didn't need our Arts Access officer. It's constantly reminding us about access, and it was part of our day-to-day life, our business planning, our strategic planning, and I guess that's what we're hoping for our future.